Look at our planet from orbit, and everything seems stable. Down on the surface, birds fly, traffic moves, and millions walk through crowded streets, completely unaware of the invisible gas keeping them alive. Then, without a single warning sign from space, every oxygen molecule on Earth simply vanishes. This 60-second timer marks a deadline for the very ground beneath our feet. Oxygen atoms make up nearly half the mass of the Earth's crust and the concrete foundations of our cities. Without them, the chemical bonds holding our physical world together begin to weaken. The planet has exactly 1 minute to endure this blackout before the structural damage becomes permanent. Making it through the next 60 seconds means watching our human biology, our structural engineering, and Earth's natural systems simultaneously fail without this element. Within the very first second, biological panic sets in. Alveolar gas exchange, the process where your lungs trade carbon dioxide for fresh oxygen in your blood, instantly shuts down. At the exact same moment, the chemistry of combustion breaks. Because fire requires an oxidizer to burn, active flames across the globe instantly snuff out, leaving only cold, blackened fuel behind. This chemical failure immediately cripples global infrastructure. Internal combustion engines inside millions of cars, trucks, and backup power generators die abruptly because they have no oxidizer to ignite their fuel. People are silently gasping, attempting to force air into their lungs, while major highways and power grids fall completely silent. 15 seconds in, the global economy has physically stalled. The same gas powering our cells is the specific component required to move every piston and turbine on the grid. Look up, and the crisis scales rapidly. Commercial aircraft suddenly lose all engine thrust, instantly turning into incredibly heavy, unpowered gliders. This chart shows Earth's atmospheric gases. A sudden 21% gap appears where oxygen used to be, evaporating every cloud. As the remaining atmosphere compresses downward, overall density drops severely, and every noise becomes heavily muffled. Without that 21% of the atmosphere to scatter sunlight, the familiar blue light refraction breaks down, turning the daytime sky incredibly dark. As we hit the halfway mark, the sky itself is structurally failing. Oxygen acts as the physical medium constructing our entire environment. Out over the oceans, the massive scale of Earth's hydrosphere is reacting to the same sudden void. While water molecules themselves remain tightly bound, the dissolved oxygen mixed into the sea vanishes. Marine ecosystems suddenly find themselves in a completely anoxic, lifeless aquatic environment. High above, thousands of heavy, unpowered aircraft are losing altitude and rapidly dropping through a stark, cloudless black sky. Down on the ground, anyone who managed to hold their breath is reaching their biological limit. Without fresh oxygen reaching the brain, human consciousness begins rapidly fading. We are at second 59. Every interconnected planetary system and biological function is mere moments away from total, irreversible collapse. Then, at exactly 60 seconds, every oxygen molecule instantly repopulates the atmosphere. Humans and animals jolt awake, desperately taking massive, life-saving gasps of air as their alveolar gas exchange violently restarts. The chemical reignition is just as aggressive. Stalled engines roar back to life, and smoldering embers violently erupt back into open flames. Emergency response teams scramble to manage the chaotic restarts and plunging aircraft. Humanity realizes exactly how narrowly it survived, exposing the deep vulnerabilities built into our modern environment. The stability of our crust, the density of our air, and the function of our engines all rely on this one element. Remove it for just 60 seconds, and the fragility of our civilization is exposed. But what if the sun disappeared for 24 hours?